How we doing? So, are you ready? We're going to go down another rabbit hole. I've just come out for a walk and to spend some time with the birds, as you can hear. And I've recently come across this advert for Da Vinci, saying that some of his works correspond to the alignments of the pyramids and all this, this kind of information. And like, this is groundbreaking. This is, he could be showing us the different things that we never even knew about. And I laugh. I find it so funny the way people look at this kind of information coming online, or suddenly it's a new discovery. Like, if you look at any inventor through history, or anyone who's really pushed the boundaries of science or our understanding or consciousness in any way, these are people that have spent a lot of time in their own head, like in some sort of isolation, who have been isolated from their communities and practices because apparently they're crazy, or their ideas are too woohoo, or at the time they were completely ostracized and kept down, and all this, and you hear these stories about how certain inventors never actually did anything in the time that they were doing it. It's all from afterwards, or when someone else got hold of the idea, or there's always a tale to tell around these kind of like big discoveries. And I just want to share something, because like, I know it's gonna sound so fucking weird. Like, I know stuff. And I meet other people that know stuff because they know stuff. Like, stuff that I shouldn't even know. Stuff about samurais and old school Edo Japan, and what they did in the pyramids in Egypt, and Aztecs, and why they did certain things, and like things in history that are completely not true, or they've been rewritten, like rehashed, and all this stuff about Jesus, and like crazy information that I've read in books that I know is wrong. Like, I know it's completely wrong, and it's not anybody else telling me that. And seeing this discovery of like Da Vinci, encrypting, they use the word encrypting all these same information about the pyramids. How could he even know that? In time, how could he even know that? How, like location, time, like there's so many logistical barriers in the way of Da Vinci knowing all this stuff. But in theory, all those ideas were happening all the time. Like, he was just privy to him because he tuned into that energy. It makes me laugh because it's consciousness. It's a level of consciousness that these people are tapping into. That's what happens when you isolate yourself from outside opinions and what's going on around you. You channel an energy. Like none of these ideas and things that people are coming up with are new. They're not new. They're available to everybody. It's information. It's a knowledge. It's a wisdom that we are all privy to. Every single one of us. None of us are any different. It's just whether we can tap into that energy. And most of it is about believe that you are an antennae for that kind of information. Like just the shit that we're told is just absolute bullshit. I'm trying to think of Like, so many things happen in my life, and like the synchronicities of the universe around me, the things that I can manifest, and so quickly, like without even having to try, because I massively believe that anything is possible. I believe in myself. I believe that that anything, magic, rainbows, unicorns, whatever there is out there, I believe that it can happen. And that may sound completely ridiculous, but that is how I tap into an energy source that is greater than myself. Because what I really need you to understand is that our consciousness, right? Think of the words, break down words. Consciousness, conscious, conscience. Like, just that one thing alone. Concern. Concluded. Look at this geese.
Hi, I've come to listen to you talk. How you doing? Okay?
This is how my mind works. Your, like, consciousness is happening everywhere, all around you, all the time. You could be Da Vinci. You could be a famous inventor. But you have to believe it. You have to know and tap in to the same energy as Da Vinci. And that is completely possible. You just have to believe it. Quiet your mind. Get everyone else out. Break down all the stupid, ridiculous belief systems that have been piled on you to bury your potential. Like, healing is possible, recovery is possible, being a better person is possible, being an athlete is possible, being the best version of yourself is possible, being a millionaire is possible. Fucking, I don't know, everything is possible. A feather just flew past. Consciousness is happening around you. Consciousness is a sea. You're in a boat. You just need to plop in. You just need to experience. Open up your filters. They're not senses, they're filters. Your eyes are capable of seeing so much more than you allow them to see. When you are a child, all those things that you're seeing, those imaginary people, the imaginary friends, they're there. They're energies. They're your ancestors, they're your spirits, and you can still see them now. You just have to choose. It's a choice. Superpowers that you have locked in yourself. Follow your pain, because that is exactly where your superpower lies. I've been talking to a guy this morning that I met while I was having the van MOT'd, completely by chance that I stumbled across him. I was his energy 30 years ago. He's just literally sat in front of me and told me that he's got cancer in his prostate, and told me that he will not let it take him. He also told me about when he believes that he was saved in a car crash that killed his friends. He has literally just left the conversation. I stayed and talked to him for like 2 hours, just because I can, just because I enjoyed having that lovely conversation with him. He was a joiner who loved building trains, and he helped at Barnsley Hospice. He's a driver, and he was a bodybuilder, and he told me about the wonder that is his partner, and how much he loves her, and how much he will sit down and listen to every single word that she says, because she's also a carer. And he understood every single word I said to him about, like, his mindset and the discipline that he needed to become a bodybuilder is the same discipline that he needs to tap into now to fight his cancer. And he completely got it. A 66-year-old man from bloody Wombwell And he understood things that I can't get across to people my own age. And he sat there and we finished the conversation by, do you know what? It's been an absolute honour and a pleasure talking to you. I'm so, so glad that I met you. And do you know why he said that? And it's not even anything egotistical, because I was his energy. Like, everything he said about the person that he was, I am also those things. He talked about bodybuilding, I've done it. He talked about like the stubbornness, I am it. He talked about the woodwork, that's me. Like, every time he said something, it was like I smiled, because I felt like I was looking at my 60-year-old self. Like, I know he's a man and I'm a woman, but the difference in us as energies was just like, boom, we just connected. That's how the universe works. Whatever you put out into the consciousness will come back at you like a mirror. He was my mirror. Like, we could have sat there for hours and hours and hours on end. He was having a pleasurable time talking to me just as much as I was having a great time talking to him. Admittedly, I should have been doing paperwork, but talking to him made my fucking year. He's a lovely, lovely man. And I hope in some way that I've managed to help him, literally just by telling him that he needs to think about his health in the same, his health now in the same way that he did then. That discipline, that self-love, like, I come first. Nothing else is over me. Consciousness can't happen without you. Time is an illusion. Like, it's so fucking phenomenal. The people around me, I just feel so in awe of my life at the moment. He kept saying that he hasn't got time for his battle against cancer, because he's spending so much time being there for his partner, because he lost his first wife, and he spends every single waking moment trying to be there for his new partner. Amazing. He's also trying to be there for his grandchildren. But the point I was trying to make to him is, if he doesn't choose himself now, then none of that other stuff can happen. I keep saying time is a fucking illusion. The time spent on your knees, the time spent having a conversation, even if it's keeping you from things that are like so important, your children will remember those conversations, them times when you played longer than you should have, for those weekends away where you didn't pick up your phone, that will last forever. The things that you do now, the time that you believe in yourself now, will change the rest of your life. Like, I just can't stress it enough. You could be fucking Da Vinci. Like, it's not separate from you. It's not something that can only happen to certain types of people. That's not right. Like, believe in yourself. Believe that you can have it. Believe that you have it already. Tell people, I'm going to be this and I'm going to do that. Do it. Say it, speak it, put it out into the energy, put it out into the consciousness. Go get it, go after it. Like, your limiting beliefs are stopping you from sensing the most amazing experience. Like, I don't take drugs anymore. I don't drink anymore. Like, I have a couple of beers, that's it. Like, and I'm so in control of what I'm doing, because I know that I don't need it to be high. Like, I'm high on, like, surely you can hear how high on life I am. Like, and you can experience all of this too. Like, we're just set in a society always, like, when this happens, I'll be able to do this. When I'm rich and famous, I can do this. It's like, no, you've got it all the wrong way round. You're constantly chasing for something that's already available to you now. Like, sit down and get to the root of what your beliefs are keeping you from. Is it your parents? Is it your friendship groups? Is it the things from your religion? Whatever it is, Get to the root of why you are the way you are, and you will literally free yourself from the biggest amount of bullshit. And in a year, in 2 years, in 5 years, you will look at yourself and just think, fuck. You only wish that you did it sooner. Like, please understand that nothing is away from you. Everything that's meant for you is already in your energy. It's already there. You're an amazing human being, capable of amazing things. Honestly, truly amazing things. And it's all in your mind. Don't please say, I'm going to do this when this happens. Act on it now. Now. My battery's going to run out. I'll leave it there.